Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's about 5 a.m. so as you could probably divulge from that piece of intelligence, it's been a very, very long day. But I actually got a request to make another Roger video, and I realized that the last requested Roger video I made really didn't have much new information. I probably should have looked at my old videos before making it, because I basically just kind of like repeated a lot of the same stuff I put in the previous Roger videos. But I got some different memories I managed to pry out of my head this time. I just want a quick aside though before I begin. I get the impression that the slanderous criminal show, which is been going on for quite some time without my permission, is telling people that is sort of an act of selfish egotism by making these videos. Well, you know, excuse me for wanting to take control over some part of my public image, you know. Pardon me for not trusting you people to present me in a fair light, you know. So obviously you're not, you know. You spread a lot of fucking bullshit lies. There's a lot of exaggeration, hyperbole, assumptions, unfavorable assumptions, jumping to conclusions. It's a bunch of garbage, you know. I would never allow anybody to do anything like that about me or anybody else I knew. You know, but, you know, that's fine. You assholes keep your fucking secret. Whatever. I'm gonna keep making my fucking videos. And you would too if you're in my situation, so just stop parroting that fucking crap all over the place and just, you know, fucking get a goddamn grip, will ya? Alright, so back to Roger. Yeah, I was thinking about what I haven't talked about Roger before. I think I got the major things concerning him out of the way, but I remember Roger, as you know, Roger was manager at Radio Shack, and it's funny, like around, I guess it was, I don't remember, so long ago. It was like around inventory time, I guess. And they'd be working. They had to work late at the shop, and I guess count all the merchandise and stuff like that. And he'd have his brother Phil come visit him at the Radio Shack like after hours, and they would videotape themselves like totally destroying merchandise. They get those radio cars and I don't know, smash it with a fucking stereo or something like that, and there was like broken VCRs of the place. It was a total wholesale destruction of Radio Shack property. I guess what he did was just like, you know, not record the damaged merchandise or merchandise he himself damaged on the inventory, I guess, and there would just be like a inventory shrinkage thing or something, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, he videotaped him and his brother totally destroying all this expensive Radio Shack merchandise. Although the internet was around back then, it wasn't, not everybody was on it. Most people weren't on it, which is a good thing, I think, for Roger, because I know he would have uploaded the video of him smashing the Radio Shack store, and he would have got busted that way. But I don't know, maybe not. Sometimes he could be more clever than you assume. He could be like, yeah, he stole the deposit from Radio Shack. That must have been like $10,000 to $20,000 right there, and he got away with it. That's not bad, huh? Alright, so I remember that, and yes, Roger, but yeah, I mentioned Roger's brother Phil. I think Roger's brother Phil was, I think, more Mexican than him. In other words, probably all Mexican, I guess. And I remember he was kind of a jerk towards me. But anyway, and although Roger told me that his brother was like a real connoisseur type womanizer and would, like, you know, not give any woman who wasn't absolutely perfect the time of day. Actually, Phil's wife, actually, I mean, she didn't have any noticeable deformities or anything like that, but she didn't seem particularly outstanding to me. And the reason I bring that up is because I remember Roger was having an affair with Phil's wife, and I was over there one night, and they were trying to get a threesome together with me, but that was just too weird for several reasons. I mean, for one thing, it's like, you know, doing the girl with Roger in the room would be kind of gay, and for another thing, it was like she was married, and she was married to someone we knew, and it was just like this is fucking weird. I'm not getting involved with this insanity, so I went home. But Roger, yeah, like I mentioned, Roger and Phil destroying Radio Shack merchandise. Roger liked to smash things up and be abusive, not only to inanimate objects, but also to his adopted mother's dogs. He used to do real mean stuff to their dogs. I remember one thing he always used to like to do. There was one dog in particular that was like a little more excitable and than the other dogs, and Roger, being I guess the true bully that he really was at heart, would of course like focus a lot of his attentions on this one dog and try to terrorize the hell out of it. And I remember he used to like take a lighter, flick the lighter in the dog's face, and go, "Look, I control fire! I control fire!" Just like stupid, childish stuff like that. And he chased the dog around and stuff. And one time, I think he hit the dog in the mouth and broke his tooth, I think. But then there was like this old dog who just like kind of slept all day, the big old stupid dog. I remember one time after we had a bunch of Tommy's burgers, Roger, he shit into like a fucking napkin and fed it to the dog, and the dog ate it. And it was like, oh man. Because I didn't like going to Roger's house because it was like always like really dirty, and there was like a layer of dog hair all over everything, and it smelled like greasy dog. It was just really unpleasant. It was like kind of like the house was kind of like one of those like whatever happened to Baby Jane kind of things, like with the heavy curtains and like dust and spider webs and dog hair all over everything, and all these like old pictures of her when she was trying to break into films like from the 1940s and stuff all over the place. And his adopted mother was also a case study too. She was a very, very vain woman. She wasn't getting any work though, because like of course she was older, and they would always offer her parts like for what they call mature roles, but she was offended by this and wouldn't take these parts. I guess she still thought of herself as being in her 20s or something like that, even though she was like in her 50s or 60s or whatever. So yeah, fucking Roger. Yeah, one time he didn't like smoking dope. He said like one time he smoked dope. I wish I could like tell you everything that he said happened to him, but he had this like totally like almost like a bad acid trip from smoking dope. Like running through the halls of school, hearing all these like voices coming out to him, like bats flying. I don't know. It was, hear him describe it was like really, it's kind of hard to believe anyone can get that freaked out over smoking dope, but according to him, he did. The only drug he really liked was alcohol and crack cocaine. Those were his two big things. I remember he used to drive around with one of those like black, little half-pint glass flasks. I guess like tequila, like in his back pocket, like a wallet, but it was a thing of booze. He would drive around like that, and totally reek of booze and shit. Like he's always getting arrested though. I don't know why he'd never get. Jesus, I mean, he was arrested at least like 4 or 5 times. This doesn't get to a certain point where the judge goes, I've seen you a few times before here. I think this time I'm not sending you to jail, Mr. Jesness. I'm sending you to prison. But I guess that never happened. Well, he got sent to rehab. That's what they do. It's obvious you got a substance abuse problem, so they gave him a chance in a rehab, and maybe it worked, I guess, because then he moved to Vegas right after that and got married and everything like that. But then again, he got back into drugs because he gave himself a heart attack by smoking crack cocaine. Again, he had done it for a long time, but he wanted to do like a really big, giant booyah hit, I guess, and he like exploded his heart or something like that. Anyway, so that's all. That's the best I could do for Roger. Sorry, maybe I'll think of something else. My partnership with Roger was like real off and on. More like a lot of my old friends. It's like I'd hang out with him for like a few months or like, and then he'd be out of my life for a few years, and then I run into him again, hang out with him a little bit, and he'd be out of my life for, it's kind of how my art has been going too. I go for long periods of time without drawing, and then I'll be frantically productive for maybe a year or two. Anyway, so I'm really out of it right now. I'm kind of tired. I'm ready to go to bed. Okay, guys, I'll see you next video. Okay, bye.